Hey everyone, and welcome back to Woo Woo Wednesday, where I share my intuitive insight and weekly wisdom with you through the use of oracle cards. I'm Brittany Carmichael, the founder of Shine School and the Shine from the Inside Oracle, and I empower women to break free of the fear that stops them from shining their light. I am so excited to join you because today, Woo Woo Wednesday, falls on a full moon in Aries, and today is a really powerful day of releasing. So I'm excited to see what comes up in the cards today. I'm excited to tune in and see what you guys are releasing and the lessons that you guys have cultivated over the last 3 weeks of retrograde Mercury. And it's been incredible to see that the energy is finally starting to shift. Things are starting to change. And we finally have a sense of momentum and movement forward with those lessons that we've learned during the revision and the revising time of Mercury, because Jupiter's also moved forward and it feels good. Like, I wanna know, do you guys feel like the energy is going forward? Like, yes, let me know. Let's take a moment to tune in and say hello. So if you're here watching live, thank you so much for being here. Sending you guys so much sparkle magic. Let me know, where are you watching from? And what's the vibe? How you feeling? Let us know on a scale of 1 to 10. You guys know our 7 or above rule. How are you feeling today? On a scale of 1 to 10, scan from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Start to slow down your breathing and really just tune in. If you're gonna be here, be here. Close off all the distractions and let's have this magical moment together. All right, I'm gonna open up all my comments, just check in with you guys. Hello, hey Lindsay. Jamie's here, she's feeling onward. Austin, she's Austin and feeling a 10, woo woo. I love it, celebrating, feeling good. All right, just let me catch up with you guys really quick. Hello everyone, hello. All right, so today I'm gonna be pulling some cards from the Shine from the Inside Oracle, and I really feel like this message is gonna give us a little piece of what we're leaving behind, where we can focus our energies during the transition, and then where can we go moving forward in the future. That's the intention that I'm setting for today's reading. I really feel, I've been working on this I had this program, I created it last year when the pandemic happened. I just shift and I'm like, I've got to create something to help people through that transitioning time. What I have now noticed with enough awareness of who the universe brings me, starting to be a lot of hairdressers, but a lot of people in transitions, and chapter changes where they're transforming and they're burning away the old darkness and they're stepping into their sparkle magic, and they don't know how to operate from this new place. So it feels uncomfortable and they don't have the clarity or the confidence that they used to have in the last chapter. And so what I have been seeing a lot lately is the pattern of bridging that gap. And that's ultimately what I'm here to do for you, is to be that bridge so that you can make that transition into your highest self as smoothly and easily as possible, because it ain't gonna be easy, okay? So we're just gonna try to make it better. And that's ultimately why I love showing up on Woo Woo, to give you that guidance so that you feel a little bit more relaxed through this transition, because life is constantly transitioning and transforming. And so this is really just one more phase, one more chapter. It's never ending. And so when we can relax into that change, then we can start to release control of, oh, well, I need to know what all the steps are. We can just be present and say, oh, well, it's always gonna change. It actually reminds me, when we did our psychedelic masterclass in the Elevated Life Club, we talked about a man named Terrence McKenna, who has taught us so much when it comes to the consciousness exploration that happens alongside this beautiful plant. And his last dying words, his most famous words that he ever said was, "Nothing lasts." Woo! That's deep. Nothing lasts. And I literally was, let's get real deep. Like, we're going deep. I was sitting next to my grandmother before she passed away, and she was looking around her bedroom and she said, "Look at all this shit." And I said, "What, Grandma?" And she said, "All this stuff. More stuff for you girls to go through." And it just hit me. We're not gonna take any of this. So why are we working so hard to have this physical and tangible, when it all goes away? So this is me personally, I just turned 35. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm being an adult now. But for me, I'm trying to not cultivate stuff, but I'm trying to cultivate experiences that feel good and bring me joy and connection and intimacy. And hell, intimacy is exactly what we talked about in this month's masterclass. I feel like there's a theme. Chris and I sit together at the beginning of the year and plan out the entire year of content in the club. And we map it out, what feels good. We're like, oh, let's move it it around, and very rarely do we shift and move things around. But it's so funny, I feel like next year I'm gonna actually consult the planets and see, because we chose intimacy to be this month of October. I mean, planet Venus, hello, relationships, and Mercury went into retrograde in Venus. So I have a feeling that a lot of your relationships have come up for review to be like, is this serving me, or is it time to release? And a lot of you are releasing, and that feels scary. But the truth is, when you let go, you make so much more room for the new things that you've been calling in. And so we have to go through that process. Full moons are about release. So we have to let go. We have to purge. I've been purging clothes, people, all the things, like ideas, beliefs, energies, just feelings and attitudes. I feel like the world's collective energy had me jaded for a minute, and I'm like, wait, I don't need to plug into that anymore. So it's just like reassessing and going, where am I limiting myself, or where does it not feel good? You have the power to change that. You have the power to change. You can make that decision right away. And that's the beautiful thing about this free will and your freedom, that you really do have. We've forgotten that we have that choice. You have the choice, just like you choose to go to whatever job you go to, you choose to wear what you want to wear, you choose to, you know, sleep with who you want to sleep with, you choose the food you eat. You are in control whether you realize it or not, but you're seeking control so desperately, but you're already in it and you're not using it in the way that you want. So I think there's a deeper issue here. So I feel like something happened. My 35th birthday, I did all kinds of rituals and all the things. So if you haven't heard, if you're interested in what that is, you should definitely check out this last week's podcast, where I talk about the rituals I do to celebrate my birthday and Halloween, and how to really make every moment a celebration. It was so much fun talking about it. It was a really lightweight and fun and energetic conversation, just to remind you that you can make every moment a ritual and bring intention and presence to it. And that's what makes that's what makes the magic. That's what feels good, because you can be going through the motions, but is there any passion or energy behind it? So it's not about just like getting what you think you want. It's about creating the feeling within this moment right now, not one day in the future I'm working towards it. Create it now, and you'll watch the external stuff start changing to reflect more of what you want. So I feel like I could channel forever. Since we're in a full moon, it's like, oh, like illuminated. That's what the full moon is about. All the sun's energy is being reflected back to us for us to illuminate our internal world and review what's not working. Relationships are on the chopping block. Aries is a sign, it's the first sign of the zodiac. So it's all about trailblazing and being a leader. So this is really calling you. If you've been feeling like, oh, I feel like I have a message, I feel like I want to help people, this is the time. This is your time to shine. This is your time to burn away all the bullshit and really show up in your authentic sparkle magic. So this is it. Like, this Aries is the trailblazer. We're kicking it off. Like, the energy is headed up and on, and it's gonna feel really good moving into the next year. Next year is gonna feel really good. There's gonna be external chaos because I think our consciousness is evolving, and that's gonna take time. But individually, if you're attracted to this message, I think you've already gotten past the hard shit. So congratulations on dedicating yourself to self-discovery, to this exploration of wanting to heal, shift, and change. So I'm just so excited. Let me catch up with your comments. I feel like I'm on a roll today. I don't even think I'm gonna stop. 8 to a 10, feeling good. Julie, I'm so glad you're here. From the H-Town, 5, I'm feeling way down, looking for the light. You are in the right place. Thank you. Thank you for the outfit love. You guys are so fun. Hello, Erica. It's so good to see you guys. I'm just catching up with everyone's comments before I pull some cards. Stacy's here, so fun. Okay, hi, I'm from Helsinki, Finland. Oh, that's legit. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Okay. I'm gonna dive in, I'm gonna grab some cards. So the intention for this full moon in Aries, this is the conversation. We're tuning in, here, I'll move this out of the way. We're tuning into what is it that we're releasing? What can we do right now in the transition? Because the fear starts shining bright in the transition. And that's really where I feel like I can step in as a coach to help you through that process and say, okay, let me just like guide you to the light. And it really is such a fun and magical experience, but so many people, fear comes up and all your old beliefs, and this is your testing point, right? This is really where like the rubber meets the road. It's your spiritual test to evolve, and are you gonna sink back into your old patterns? Or are you gonna say, I see you, I'm aware of you, but I choose to do something different? How many of you guys are right there right now? Do you guys see old patterns coming up in your life? And are you feeling like triggered, like, ooh, but I don't want that anymore. I'm evolving. So let me know where you guys are at when it comes to what's going on in your life and the changes going on. Hello, Jade. Hello, Elizabeth. What? Oh, okay, there's our first card. So good to see you guys. All right, what we're letting go of. This represents what can we do right now in this present moment to help us through the transition. Yes, but I can spot it straight away now. Yeah, I really feel like our awareness has been activated. Things are shifting and changing. All right, that's what we can hold. I don't want to look. That's what, I'm literally closing my eyes, like trying to feel for it. Okay, that is what we are going to be focusing on during this transition. And then this card is going to represent what can we do, like what does that future look like? What is this new essence and energy that we're cultivating and bringing into our life? All right. Hello, Miss Jordan. I love you so much. Aww, I love seeing all you guys. Yes, very aware of the old patterns and triggers coming back up. Yeah, this is a time where we're really shedding. Ooh, oh, that card just like flew. And this one's in my hand. I think it's all happening. Hang on. I saw it. But it makes a lot of sense because that was like my birthday wish and vibe. So I'm like, okay, we're clearly aligned. All right, you guys ready for this message? Thank you for the outfit, love. You guys are so awesome. Okay, if you're ready for this message, go ahead and type ready in the chat. I'm gonna move this out of the way so I can see everyone and make sure we are all good to go. All right, ready, 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 ready. Okay, you guys, good over here? Good, ready? Love the hearts, so good. Hello. Hi, sweet love, so good to see you. All right, first card, we're doing it, jumping in. Practice feng shui, create a sacred space. So this is the first card that comes up this week. So what does this mean? This is one of the first lessons in Shine School. And let me remind you, the Shine from the Inside Oracle is all the self-love lessons and empowering lessons that I teach in my online program. I put it in this beautiful, amazing, magical package so that you would create consistency in your self-care rituals. So this is one of the first lessons that comes out of Shine School. Why? Because if your environment, your root chakra is out of whack or stressed out or cluttered, it's going to be really hard to create a clear, safe, grounding, nurturing, grounding environment and nurturing space. There we go. I feel like my energy's on fucking level 100 right now. So this is saying it's time to like check out the environment, not only your home, but also your workplace, also where you spend your time. Everywhere you spend your time is really up for review so that you can start creating more peace in every place that you go. So this is saying it's time to create a sacred space. You're being called to go inward, and to do that, you need to feel safe and supported. You can't do it while kids are running around banging pots in the kitchen and there's like 19 piles of dishes and all of that. Like, we need to clear the energy. So if that's bringing in some plants, if that's moving around the furniture, changing the colors. For me, I love to change pillows. I have too many pillows and it's a problem. Okay, I have a pillow problem. Whatever. And for me, I just change out the pillows. Like, I'm not in this color mood anymore. I want to change the texture. So for me, that's a great way to shift that energy. So this is saying create that sacred space, and it could be small. When I first started in our first little apartment, I had a chair, like a tiny little chair. Shit, I didn't even have the chair. The chair was next. The first thing I started was on the side of my bed, and I just had like a little bedside table that I made, like a little altar. And then I got a chair and I would sit in the chair. So it's not about like, well, I don't have like a soul cave, so I don't have like a whole big place to go to. You really create that place in your mind, but when you have the physical environment in the right place, it helps you to get there faster. Does that make sense? So how many of you feel like you are feeling called to practice a little feng shui, to clean up the house, to change the energy, to let the light in, to like do a deep cleaning? I literally just hired my mom to come and deep clean our house. She was here for like 6 hours. I'm like, oh my gosh, mom, it's so crazy. So how many of you are feeling that call right now where it's time to clear out the clutter? Again, this is what we're releasing. So an excess of things that are not being used is actually clogging up space in your energetic bank. And so if you want more, if you're looking for more in your life, and I don't even mean like more shit, I just mean something new and something different. This is what needs to happen. This is what needs to go down. Definitely feeling that way. Julie says, yeah, it's a purge and clear time. I've been cleaning for the past few days. Yeah, let it go. It's like, let's get it out. So this is about creating that sacred space so you feel safe and supported when you go in to do your spiritual practices and your spiritual work, right? It'd be like not cool to do yoga like on a busy side of the highway, right? That's not a sacred space. So we want to create a tranquil, calm environment so that peace can be possible. All right, so this next card, the intention, is all about what can we do right now in this transition period. Let's see what it is. Oh my gosh, powerful. So set your intentions with heart and soul. Tonight's a full moon in Aries. Today, hey, today's the day. Let's do it. Let's don't squander the energy. Let's utilize the rhythms and cycles of nature to help us continue this obviously collective purge that we're going through. Now that we have let go, we've created that safe space so that we feel at least supported, because when we're moving into a new chapter, we don't feel supported. We don't have a solid foundation yet. That's what we're about to build with our new tools that we just learned from the lessons that we just got in the last chapter. So we need to have some kind of sense of stability and support. And so for us to create that little small sacred pocket for ourselves helps us to do the work. And then what happens is setting your intentions with heart and soul. That's the next step. So, okay, we're moving into a new chapter. Let's make sure it aligns with who we are now, who we are becoming, and not who we used to be. So this is about really getting clear on what brings me joy. And that's kind of, like I said, that's where I'm at. I'm reassessing what are the things that bring me joy. And I am about to go do some highlights for a girlfriend, but like, it's not doing hair anymore. And that's okay. For me, it's coming on here and sharing my wisdom and coaching people through those fears and the blocks and the ruts that they get in. I just like have an unlimited amount of energy to like jolt you through that. And it just brings me so much joy. And I find that when I get off my coaching calls or doing the readings, I'm just like, oh, it feels so good, because I'm tapped into like what is it like filling my soul. And even though I love doing hair and I'm really good at it, like all the things, like it's just not feeding my soul. And it's weird because I always thought that would. And this has really been my soul's way of saying there's something new and different for you to explore. Otherwise, I think I would have done, I'd be doing hair until I was dead. And so I'm really grateful that I've given myself permission to try new things and be curious about exploring new avenues. And I met with someone for tea today. It was really fun. I have this amazing hairdresser out of Fort Worth. Her name is Kick-Ass Hair on Instagram if you guys want to check her out. But we were talking and it was so similar, because we have all these like amazing dreams, but if we cannot focus on it, if we can't focus on the one thing that brings us joy, it's going to be really hard to like, you're going to keep searching for it in all your other projects. So we have to clear. I asked her this question. I said, if you were to clear your plate, and this is perfect for you guys too, especially on a full moon, if you were to clear your plate and only put one thing back on it, what would that be? And for me, it's the retreats. For me, it's the coaching that happens and the healing and the transformation that happens in the deep soul work. That's really what's lighting me up. I mean, I love making you guys look pretty on the outside, but making your heart feel calm, relaxed, safe, empowered, that is just like lighting me up. So I want to ask you guys, are you feeling that in your life? Are you feeling called to make that shift in your business on how you're showing up and serving? I really feel like the world is like a jigsaw puzzle trying to reorchestrate a new harmonious picture, an overall picture. And that is our part in that, is to kind of shift and go, well, how can I set my intention to show up and serve where I'm in alignment with my natural skills and talents and what feels good to me? All right. Whew, how are you guys liking this? Hell yes, Britt. Stacy, I'm loving it. So good. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the last one so much. So you guys, I love you. On the last set of cards, I wanted to set the intention about where are we going in the future? What is it gonna look like? And 2 cards came up. Definitely. Oh, you guys are awesome. The first one is Gratitude Rampage. List 10 things you're grateful for. So this is really kind of what I have been like downloading, if you will, on what's important right now. It's not about building more funnels. It's not about showing up more on Reels and Instagram. I've been pretty like, I've been taking even time off of doing woo-woo, which I've been consistent every week for 5 years, but something's calling me to just like step away and really focus on what I'm super grateful for and what's important to me. And the other card along with that, which is funny because it's like There's 2 cards in the deck that are actually me, and this is one of them, and it's nourish your body with high vibing energy. And that's exactly what I have committed myself to, is like, you know, I love showing up and supporting you guys, but what's important to me right now is like not building more funnels, but creating the most like strong pillar of health in my physical, mental, emotional well-being, mental well-being. And so I've been really committing to that through the practice of gratitude. And you know, what am I putting in my body? I've always been conscious about what I put in my body, but like, how much of it do I really need? What is this for? Is this for energy? Is this for emotions? Like, what is this about? So nourishing your body with high vibing energy is going to be the thing you need in your spiritual practice to become a clear channel. So the more you clear out the toxins and the heaviness that you are putting in your body, especially acidic things, it's going to be so much easier for that high vibrational energy to flow through you. So this is really a call. I mean, this is a call of clearing and detoxing, releasing, so that we can really evolve into a more aligned and clear channel, filled with love, like a loving channel. That's really what the message is when I'm looking at all these cards together. So we need to let go of what is clogging the space and clearing the clutter and everything that's like blocking us. And we just use the simple phrase, here you go. I always do this during retrograde, and it always shocks me as to what leaves my life, but I always let go with grace and say, I just trust the process. But I always say, I now release what no longer positively serves me. Be careful. This is coming with a warning. This is a powerful phrase that you put out into the universe. So if you are truly ready to rise up and release and step out of what is weighing you down, that's it. That's all you have to say. I now release what is no longer positively serving me. And watch it. Watch what happens. Come back and find me and let me know that weird thing that friend broke up with you, or that thing, or that you got fired from the job that it was never gonna, that what? Like, just let me know. Let me know what comes up for you. Yes, your energy is palpable, and these messages are so on point. Thank you so much. Yes, I have learned from Lindsay Means. If you guys check her out over on Instagram, she's a human design coach, that I'm a generator. So I am literally like a freaking battery of energy for you guys. Speaking of retreats, do you have the date set for the next goddess retreat? Boom, great question. Okay. 2 announcements on retreats. The Evolved Couples Retreat, let me start there. The Evolved Couples Retreat has been rescheduled to 22/22. I wanted to give you guys more time to lock in the dates and create the space that you needed in your lives to be able to make this happen. I've learned a valuable lesson about couples with children. They need more time and planning. So we thought it would be just so beneficial for you guys to give you a longer payment plan and a little bit more time to make this happen. So the Evolved Couples Retreat is officially on 2/22/22. And also, let's talk about the numerology there. That's a total angel number, all about partnerships. 2 represents a partnership. So hello, we're gonna be doing some recommitment ceremony. So if you were interested in the Evolved Couples Retreat but couldn't make the November dates, this is the first time I'm actually announcing it. So happy full moon, the cat's out of the bag. We have changed the dates to 2/22/22. So if you want details on that, just shoot me a DM. I'll send you the link to check it out. All the details of this 5-day transformational couples retreat. Now for the Goddess Retreat, great question. We have been mapping that out. So we're like, okay, let's get ahead of the game and map out all the dates for next year's retreats. So we are planning for the last week in April for the Goddess Retreat. So be on the lookout for April 2022. It isn't official yet, but we're thinking we're going back to Colorado. I mean, you guys probably know why. But it was just so magical to be in nature and to be in such a beautiful setting. Again, creating that sacred space so that you feel safe and supported to heal. I joined, yay, I love it. I'm so excited. Okay, let me see, questions. Okay, thoughts, questions, ideas. I've still got some time. My camera hasn't shut down on me yet. Gratitude has literally saved my life this last weekend. So fortunate. Yes, it is so beautiful to know that there really is always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest times. So I knew my camera was about to shut off. All right, so boom, saved it. Now, anything before I go? Any other questions, thoughts, ideas, things that you guys have been coming up for you that you need a little guidance on? Take a moment, drop it in the chat. I'd love to hear from you guys. And just, I want to say thank you. Last week, it again was my 35th birthday, and I felt so loved and supported, and it felt really wonderful to know that this community that we've cultivated here together, the Shine Tribe Sisterhood, really has been such a support for me in times of my life when chapters get a little dark. And so thank you guys for supporting me through the loss of my dad this year and through all the changes that have been happening because of that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all the birthday cards. I love getting cards in the mail, so I asked all the Shine Tribe sisters if they were interested in sending one, and I don't know, you can see a little bit of it back here, but there's just, I feel so loved, and I want you to feel that way. That's why I show up on Woo Woo Wednesday. That's why I do the work that I do and create the programs and the tools that I do to help you feel loved, because when you don't love yourself, you'll never be able to receive that love and support from someone else. And so it is only because I have done this work in healing my own hatred that I can even receive the love, joy, and support that you guys send my way through the cards and the kind messages. So it feels so good, and I want that for you, and it is possible for you. So wherever you're stuck on your journey, just shoot me a DM, and I've got a resource, a book, a Elevated Life Masterclass. I've got something for you to support you on your journey, because you don't have to do it alone, and I want you to know how much I love you. Erica says, I'm an Aries moon, and this was so helpful. Any advice for an Aries moon today who's doing her best to release her anger and not projecting it on my family? Yeah, fire. Hello, Aries. It is all about explosion and like, let's burn it really quick. So my advice to Aries on a full moon in Aries right now is to really slow down your breathing and draw attention and awareness to your breath. And this sounds crazy, but this is what's coming through. Use your breath to cool your physical body down, to cool your emotions down. And that split second of using your awareness to focus on your breathing rather than your thinking, because it's gonna be the mind that makes those quick reactions. So if you can stay in your body and use your breath to root yourself and ground yourself, you can take a pause before you go fucking crazy on them. You know what I mean? Before you just go. So I think my advice to Aries is slow down your breathing, relax before you respond. Relax before you respond. Anything special we should add to the specific full moon ritual? Okay, let's see. Anything specific on this full moon? Hunter's moon, let me see. What I would do this full moon is I would write a letter. I would write a letter to your past self thanking her for everything she did or didn't do. Whether it caused you pain or it was something that moved you forward. I want you to thank your past self for all the actions that have happened, and I want you to then write a little declaration statement to your future self. And since we did the past, present, future, I'm like on this vibe right now. So write a letter thanking your past self, and then write a declaration to your future self, setting your intentions with heart and soul. Like, this is the life that we're gonna live together. I'm gonna make the most of it. This is really how I wanna use my time and energy. So I would say that would be something really fun to add to your full moon ritual. Okay, let's see. Gosh, thank you so much. Yes, anything? Okay, any other questions? I'm just checking in. Where did you get, and then it went away. Gosh, okay, so I only saw half that. I started learning to do this. It's so helpful. Yeah, this work is simple, but it's powerful, and it can provoke a lot of emotions, and a lot of healing can happen. So, all right, any other thoughts, questions, ideas? If you love this message, please tag your soul sisters, share this video, like, thumbs up, all the things, whatever you gotta do to spread the good vibes and the sparkle magic. And I will see you guys next week for Woo Woo Wednesday. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And if you are interested in joining us for a goddess retreat, shoot me a message, because I actually have a wait list, so you guys will be the first to know. And then if you're interested in the couples retreat that got moved to 22/22, then shoot me a DM and I will send you information. I am so grateful for today. Thank you for being a part of this magical moment, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.